welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Naya and I make videos for international students on F1 and H1B visa. I make videos on education, lifestyle and personal finance. So today I'm going to be talking about the important academic requirements that you should know when you're applying to Berea as an international student. So if you guys don't know, Berea is a free tuition college. I made a video about it right here. If you guys see me looking down, I am looking at my PC. Please don't take any offense to it. I'm just trying to make sure that I get all the tips that I wrote down for you guys. So the thing is, when you get admission into Berea College, it's important to understand how the education system works as an international student, because it's probably going to be very, very different from what you're used to back home. So first of all, the thing you should know is that Berea College is a liberal arts private college, and also the requirements is kind of a little bit different from like some of the schools in the US. But if you also understand how the United States college education works, then you might be able to also understand the way Berea College education system works. If you're from like a different background, then I would recommend just, you know, watching the rest of this video and knowing the academic requirements that are important for you at Berea College. So the first thing is you need 32 credits for graduation. So unlike other schools, Berea has a different way that it counts its credits. It counts a full semester as 1 credit, and that means that in Berea you need about 32 classes or more to qualify for graduation. That's doable since, you know, the scholarship covers like 8 semesters, which is 4 semesters, which is like 4 classes for a semester. So that is very, very doable. The next thing you should understand about education in Berea College is that Berea values knowledge in different aspects of humanities, and that's because it's a liberal arts college. So even if you're a major in biology, chemistry or computer science, you're required to take 20 credits, which is kind of like 20 classes roughly outside of your major. So you need 12 credits in your major to graduate, and then 20 classes or 20 credits basically outside of your major to be able to graduate. This is like if you're studying computer science, then you have to take like 12 major classes in computer science and then like 20 classes outside of computer science, because each class usually equals 1 credit. There are some classes that are like 0.5 credits, which is like the HHP classes. So personally, as someone that went to Berea, I'm gonna say my advice is gonna be to take the classes in your major as early as possible. So like your freshman year, if you decide you're gonna be a computer science major, start taking classes in computer science. Try to take as much as possible and knock them out, because usually if you do it the other way and maybe take your own and maybe take classes outside of your major first, it kind of like affects you later on, maybe like when you're a junior or when you're a senior, because you might have classes in your major that you're supposed to take in like your junior or senior year, but you do not have the requirements for that class. Say for instance, you have to take a 300 level computer science class, but you haven't even taken maybe 236, which is data structures and algorithm. Then there's no way for you to take like a 400 level class in computer science, if that makes sense. So now the third thing I'm gonna say is it's almost impossible to skip classes and get away with it. So you know, in big colleges with like maybe 200 students, 300 students, you can skip classes and you can get away with it. The professors, they do care about attendance, but it's up to you, you know, the students, to make sure that you're always on time and you're always in class. But in Berea, you can do that. So for Berea, classes are very small. They're about 10 to 15 people per class. I think the max in a class is like 20 or 25, I can't remember which. So all the professors know you. Your professors know you by name. If you don't come to class, your professors know that you did not come to class. So usually if you want to skip class, you have to, you know, get permission, tell the professor, oh, I'm gonna be out today because I'm sick or because this happened or that happened, and you have to tell them beforehand. You can't just skip class, because usually when you skip class, your grade starts to drop. If maybe your grade at that point, say this is 7 weeks into the semester and your grade at that point is an A, if you skip class, it goes down to an A minus. You skip class again, it goes down to a B plus. So that's the way your grades keep going down till you get to like, you know, you fail the class or something. A lot of the professors only give you 3 classes off. So like basically in a semester you only get 3 times that you can skip the class without any repercussion, and when you then start skipping classes after that, your grades start to drop. So that's another thing that I'm gonna say, if you're an international student, you have to understand that, because in a lot of our countries back home, the professors didn't really care about attendance, so students usually did whatever they wanted to do. Next thing that I'm gonna say is a good academic requirement for you to know for Berea College is that you have to keep up with your GPA. So this is not just a requirement in Berea College though. I believe this is a requirement in all the colleges and universities in the US. You need to have a GPA of 2.0 and above to still be enrolled in college. Anything less than that puts you on academic probation, and this is in Berea that I'm talking about. Anything less than a 2.0 out of a 4.0 puts you on academic probation in Berea. And if you're an international student and you're on academic probation, that is not good, because you can go into suspension from academic probation, and then that leads to a loss of status. And when I say loss of status, I mean your F1 status is, you know, is in danger, and then that leads to you going back to your country. That is, you know, just too much. So you have to keep up with your GPA. You have to, as an international student, personally, I'm gonna say try to keep your GPA above 3.2. You can do 3.5 if you so wish, but I'm gonna say at least have a GPA of 3.2 and above out of a 4, and that should keep you in a good place in the college. The next thing I'm gonna say for Berea College is that the grading system is different, and this is mostly for international students who are used to a very different grading system. In Berea College, the grading system is more rigorous. So unlike in other countries where, you know, you have A is a 70, at least I know for a lot of the countries in West Africa, an A is a 70. It doesn't work like that in Berea. An A starts from a 94, so that's a 94 out of 100. And a 90 to a 93.99 is an A minus. A B plus starts from like 87 to 89.99, and a B is from 84.99 to 86.99, and so on. Also in other countries, attendance might not count, and the requirements for, you know, a good grade could just be you take one test and then you take a cumulative exam at the end of the semester, but that's not how it works. In Berea, there are attendances, there are quizzes, there are assignments, there are group projects, there are midterms, and then there's the finals, and all of these things combined together make up your grade at the end of the semester. So at each point in time, you're always working for a good grade. It's not like, you know, back in some countries where you only have to show up, you take the test, you get a good grade in the test, you don't come to class again, you show up at the end of the semester, you take the exam, you get a good grade in the exam, and you pass. No, if you do that in Berea College, you're gonna fail. Like, you're gonna like really fail. My advice to you as an international student is to work hard, make sure you have a good GPA. In corporate America, after you've worked like your first job, GPA doesn't really matter again, but to get into the industry, to get into corporate America, to even get like your first internship, GPA matters a lot. When I was applying for internship, a lot of them would be like, oh, if you don't have 3.0 and above, you can't apply, you know. So what I'm gonna say as an international student is to work really hard, because remember, you cross oceans to get to the United States. Okay, you cross maybe Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean or whatever ocean you cross to get into the United States. You paid a lot of money to come here, so don't come to this country and mess up. So that is gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope, you know, these tips are helping you or will help you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video, and yeah, follow my Instagram if you want to, and I'll see you guys in another video.